Last night we streamed pretty late here on Real America's Voice and also all of our streaming platforms. Our reaction to the speech last night, not the State of the Union, but Donald Trump's address to Congress. Now, it says in the U.S. Constitution that the president shall give a joint address to Congress, and this was a joint session of Congress, not technically a State of the Union. You know, State of the Unions used to be delivered, just a fun little tidbit, they used to be written. It's a new phenomenon to actually have State of the Unions given orally. Usually it was written and delivered to the Speaker of the House and say, here, read all that we've done. We've changed a lot as a society with television, digital broadcasting. Feels like President Trump has been there for well over a year, 2 years. He's only been in office for 6 months. When he was sworn into office, we had no border. One of the greatest accomplishments that he has been able to celebrate is that we have a secure border. There's nobody invading our country anymore. It doesn't happen. It's gone. No more. There is no more southern border invasion. He has been president for 6 weeks. And we have a country that is bubbling back to life. Now, I want to play some of the highlights here, but upon further reflection, these events, these joint sessions of Congress are largely political theater. You stand up for the stuff you like, you sit down for the stuff you like, but traditionally, everybody stands up during the agreeable stuff. You stand up where the stuff where if you don't applaud, you could look kind of bad. So, of course, the Democrats, they stayed seated when Donald Trump said we had a secure southern border. He stayed seated when he was talking about how he was marshaling resources to underserved communities that were struck by wildfires. They of course, the Democrats refused to applaud during Donald Trump's moment saying that he wanted to broker peace with Ukraine. And optics really matter here, but this went to a whole different level. The Democrats were, of course, trying to interrupt him throughout his entire speech. You had Al Green with his rod trying to interrupt Donald Trump. It's important that we recognize and we realize that the Democrats don't just have a political problem. The Democrats do not just have a policy problem. There is a spiritual sickness that has infected the Democrat Party. And I don't say that lightly. You know, usually the political theater, okay, it's, you know, it is what it is. But no. It went to a whole different level last night. Whole different level. And it takes a lot for me to say this. President Trump had this amazing moment with a young man by the name of DJ Daniel. DJ Daniel is a 13-year-old battling cancer. DJ Daniel has always wanted to be a law enforcement officer, and he's been sworn in as a ceremonial law enforcement officer with police departments across the country. He lifts people's spirits. He's an amazing smile. Who could not support DJ Daniel? So before I get into the inspiring moment that happened last night at the joint session of Congress, here is DJ Daniel's story. Play cut 141.
But you want to know the craziest part? Because my mom bathes me and my brothers all together, and out of nowhere I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me," and I then I started to act, I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow, and then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital, and then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
I'm not crying, you're crying. I mean, it's beyond a tearjerker. It moves you at a level of the soul. It's not political. It's what makes us human beings. It is a moment that should bring the country together, not divide it, no matter how much you hate Trump. So here's President Trump in a now very viral moment, appointing 13-year-old DJ Daniel to be an honorary member of the U.S. Secret Service. Play cut 130.
In 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
That's a kid with brain cancer who might not be around much longer. Everybody at home loved it. But look who didn't. Put up on screen 160. That's the Democrats. During that exact moment, when President Trump was celebrating the ceremonial promotion of DJ Daniel, they are sitting, scowling with bitterness. Everybody, we are not the same. We're not built the same. We don't see the world the same. I hate talking like this. I don't know what has infected the base of the Democrat Party, but it can only be an invisible dark force that could be called whatever you want. Demonic, satanic. You could fill in the dots. But they hate you, and they hate the country, and they hate us so much that they also hate 13-year-olds with brain cancer. Now, there's no spin, by the way. Show that picture again. Show the picture. I want one media pundit and one member of the Democrat Party to show me that is your Democrat Party. Republicans would always stand during the ceremonial agreeable stuff when Joe Biden would do similar stuff like this. Political pageantry is normal. What is not normal is for an entire political party to stay seated during a non-political, humane moment that elevates us and thinks about the beautiful things because the Democrat Party is ugly to the core. There is a spiritual cancer in the Democrat Party, a sickness that is beyond what we're able to describe in words. They are darker than anything we have ever realized. And praise the Lord that we won, and they can never get close to power because they would not even put two hands together to applaud the kid with brain cancer. There's something demented about your party, Democrats. Demented to the core. And it's not just that 3 people didn't stand. Your entire party stay seated. You guys need an exorcism and a reckoning. You guys need something a lot greater than just a political reckoning. There's an unseen force that I never thought we'd see in our country. You want to see good versus evil? There it is.